It's literally the putrid smell of poverty. Can you imagine climbing into stinking sewer pipes to try and fish out jewelry and other hidden treasure that has been flushed down toilets? Macfarlane Moleli follows the torrid trail of the sewer Zama Zamas.
First, it was gold Zama Zamas. Next, they were after chrome. And now, as South Africa is gripped by poverty, desperate Zama Zamas head into Johannesburg sewers to seek the hidden treasure that lies beneath it.
You know, I used to find rings, used to find spoons, used to find money, 2 rand, 5 rands.
When plumber 𝗀𝗵𝗶𝘃, known as Minister, was retrenched in 2010, he resorted to extraordinary measures to feed his 3 children.
Because no work. Just try to make a plan to get what you can get.
He pops the heavy manhole lid, and the noxious sewage fumes waft upwards.
But it's smelling nice to me because if I get something there, there's my food there. Yeah, you know what I'm doing? I'm trying to catch a fish here. Whatever I get is coming up here. Then I can catch him like this, huh? But I've got magnet here. That's that I used to cash up the money with it.
An hour passes without any catches.
Huh? Been a long time, yeah. Really, if I can find something. I'll sleep with my hungry stomach, eh?
Minister leaves empty-handed. In nearby 𝗀𝗵𝗃𝗃 township, he visits his favorite hunting spot.
If you think you're having a crappy day at work, it's nothing compared to what I'm about to do. I'm not prepared for the smell. It's already coming up as I'm trying to get in. So here goes nothing. Let's see what we find here, if there's any treasure whatsoever.
Oh my goodness. Oh!
Minister drops his magnet into the water and instantly finds success.
We found a couple of teaspoons, we found a knife, and Minister has to sift through all of this using his bare hands.
Yeah, you know, the spoon helps me. I take him to the scrapyard.
Okay.
Then I can get money.
So if you get maybe, let's say, one full 20-liter filled with spoons.
Yes.
They melt it down.
Yeah.
And how much do you get out of it?
Sometimes 80 rand,
80 rand,
100
yes.
rand.
And what can you do with 80 rand?
Sometimes, you know the millimeter, 12 comma.
12.5
12.5, I get it.
And what else?
With the milk,
some milk,
special, some bread.
Some bread, yes.
Yeah.
But the danger of drowning is not the only peril he faces.
The reason we invented sewers was because people got ill. So the idea was to invent a water closet that you'd get the sewage out of the bedroom into a flashable system and away from people.
Associate Professor Craig Sheridan is the director of Wits University's Centre in Water and Research Development. He says the pathogens Minister is exposed to are a hidden hazard.
If there were gases, you would start to asphyxiate. You could pass out and you can die. You may very well be exposed to pathogenic organisms. So these are things like bacteria, viruses, worms. Then it can be things like cholera or typhoid fever, and they're really not good for you.
This is unbelievable, but it's also the sad reality of what some people have to do and the lengths that they have to go to just to be able to feed their families.
Some search methods used by Zama Zamas, like this man, requires them to purposefully block a drain so it floods. 𝗀𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 from Johannesburg Water says sometimes the drains are blocked by human negligence, but this time the Zama Zamas have broken the city's infrastructure.
It is illegal to go into a manhole. What happens if you drown in there or we leave it open, the kids fell in there?
We've come to Soweto with the Johannesburg water team. There's about 12,000 kilometers of infrastructure for sewage all around Johannesburg. Now, here is just an indication of what happens when Zama Zamas go into these drain pipes and block them. As you can see, it is quite a mess.
So we've got our jet valve machine here, which will then also pump some lot of water into the system to make sure that whatever blockage is inside there can be pushed out.
All of this manpower and all of this machinery can take 3 days just to unblock one, costing the city millions of rands. After 3 hours of draining the wastewater, it's time to see what blocked the sewer. This certainly does look like a dirty job, but somebody has got to do it. A wad of cloth used to block this manhole is evidence of the constant battle the city must wage against Zama Zamas, who break infrastructure. This contrasts with Minister's method of scavenging, which causes no damage. What did we find? What are some of these things here? Just take me through.
That's the teaspoon and the spoons. This one is very good to me.
Okay, we've also got a couple of coins here. I see there's 50 cents. I'm already counting 50, 1 rand, 1 rand 50.
Minister arrives home exhausted. He has a soapy bucket bath and takes his frustrations out on the boxing bag behind his broken down car. He knows his family's survival depends on him returning to the sewers tomorrow.
Well, if anything, Minister, and the sewers Zama Zamas are a reminder of just how much we take for granted.